you beautiful fellow rippers. Welcome back to another Series 2 Hobby Box Rip on the hunt for the one-of-one gold Young Guns Macklin Celebrini. If you'd like to know what else we can get in the video, pause right now, because without further ado, let's start ripping. Today's rip is brought to you by Remy Card Trader, your go-to spot for packs, breaks, memorabilia, and card supplies. So if you're wanting to hunt for the one-of-one gold Celebrini, or get your hands on the Young Guns Demidov, or rip some other product, head to the link in my description and use code JustTryingToRip5 at checkout for 5% off your order. First pack here, the case has been insane. We want it to continue. We're getting an Electric City. I don't see a Young Guns in there. Maybe a UD canvas. Could be a black and white one. Still searching for the Will Smith Young Guns canvas of this case. We got one last case. Haven't got one yet though, so that'd be a great card to get. Connor Garland of the Vancouver Canucks. It's a black and white. It's a UD canvas. It's of Nashville. It is going to be a UC Saros on the black and white UD canvas. A Bang for Your Puck speckled Rasmus Dahlin, and an Electric City of Clayton Keller before Liam O'Brien, and some more base cards. Here's the second pack of the box. Still do the 6 Young Guns. We're getting one here. We're going to be do an Outburst and a numbered card as well. That might be Macklin. I see the black boards with that black kind of sponsor there. I don't want to tease myself because we've got him too many times this case already, but you never know. It kind of looks like him. I got the hopes high in the sky. Austin Matthews, still with the A on the jersey there. We do get a Macklin Celebrini on the UD portraits, but are we going to get a Macklin Celebrini Young Guns? Let's find out right now. Nope, Phil Kemp. Well, we got trolled by the boards there. And Igor Shesterkin on the Ooh La La. That's the good thing about opening a lot of packs. You can kind of see who it's going to be. But the bad thing, you still get trolled. We're getting a UD canvas here, a Young Guns renewed, and potentially on a heater there. Nick Bjugstad, Etu Losterainen, Hampus Lindholm, Jack Hughes, and the UD canvas is going to be Drake Batherson of the Ottawa Senators. Nick Suzuki on the Young Guns renewed. The Canadiens are a team to be reckoned with for the next 5 years at least, with Hudson now signing what I'm calling a team-friendly deal. I know he's played like a year pretty much. So to get, what is it, 8 or a little over 8 million a year seems insane, but it's an 8-year deal. That guy could be so underpaid in like 2-3 years. That could be one of the best contracts in the NHL if he continues to be the player that we think he could be. Dylan Larkin, UD canvas. We're getting a ton of those of Timo Meier, a Josh Doan on the UD portraits, and an Electric City of Nazem Kadri. Their core, going back to the Canadiens, is so young. So like they already kind of pushed the ceiling last year, making playoffs when nobody thought they could, and they got a chance to do it again. But I'm more focused on the next, 2 to 5 years pretty much, watching that team. They're going to be fun to watch. Kirby Doc there, Casey Middlestad, a Nathan McKinnon, Bang for Your Puck, it looks like, yes, of Josh Morrissey of my Winnipeg Jets, and an Oliver Kapanen on the Young Guns. I've been watching him a lot recently. Big fan of his. So I think that one's going to go straight into the PC. John Gibson on the Ooh La La and the base cards, which we all know and love. Last pack of the first half of the box here. Still do the Outburst and still do the numbered card. Let's see if we get either one of them in this pack here. Darren Radish, Tage Thompson, Shane Wright, a UD, we got so many UD canvases, Joel Eriksson Ek, a Seamus Casey on the UD portraits, and welcome aboard. Quick reminder before we get into the second half of the box, if you're looking to rip some packs yourself to get the Young Guns Demidov, the Gold Celebrini, or pretty much any card from any product, check out Remy Card Trader. They have a massive supply of packs, breaks, boxes, and more. Link in the description, and don't forget to use the code JustTryingToRip5 for 5% off any product. Alright, the first half of the box gave us some Young Guns, but we didn't get the Silver Outburst, we didn't get the numbered cards, so we can look forward to all of that coming here. We're getting a Young Guns here that might have been a acetate card, which could mean it's just a base clear cut, or it could be a population count, something like that. Artemi Panarin, Joey Decord. Here's a clear cut. It is a population count 1,000, so the worst one, but it is on Brad Lambert of my Winnipeg Jets. Going to be honest, if that was any other player up to 1,000, not ideal, but let's face it, it's on my Jets, so we've got to add that to the PC. Brad Lambert of the Winnipeg Jets, population count 1,000. We get the Yudi portraits of Dylan Larkin and the Callum Ritchie on the Young Guns. The Young Guns have been coming out fast here. I can't remember how many we've got, but it's surely got to be 4 already, maybe 5. We're getting another one here, so I'm going to say this is 5 or 6. Shane Pinto, Matthew Barzal, Ryan Nugent Hopkins, a Jacob Middleton before the Boston Bruins on tour with Marchand, Brandon Bussey, another Bruin there, and Artemi Panarin on the playlist. I still can't tell if those playlists are black parallels or not, so at the end I always just go through the back of all of them to double check. I do that with honestly most cards, because as you're ripping here, you're trying to go fast and not make the video too long. You sometimes miss things. So Ryan Graves, Garnett Hathaway, and I've missed a lot before. Speaking of parallels, there's a black parallel of Kyle Connor on the electricity with the beautiful city of Winnipeg in the foreground there. I gotta study that. A lot of those buildings are near and dear to me, whether I've worked in them or just been in them. So there we go. Black parallel of Electric City. Cale Makar on the Blue Dazzlers. Brady Tkachuk on the Young Guns Renewed. And some more base cards there. So we've got the numbered card. We've got a lot of Young Guns. We haven't got the Outburst yet, though. And here, hold up. Speaking of it, we're getting a Young Guns and a Young Guns Outburst in this pack. Come on, be Macklin, be Matvey, be Jet Luchenko, be Jackson Blake, be Oliver Kapanen, be one of them, please. Luke Shen, Leo Carlson. We've got to sweat this because we always do that. Let's take these base cards from the back here so we can make the sliding of the card in front of the Outburst a little easier. Okay, should be at the inserts now. Yes, there's a Frank Nazar on the Welcome Aboard. A Young Guns. I can tell it's not going to be Macklin based on the boards there. It might be an Andre Lee, I want to say, from that shin pad there. Nope. Maximilian Zuber of the Utah Mammoth. And here we go, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's an Outburst. It's a Young Guns. Who's it going to be? Samuel Honzik, maybe. Jackson Blake, it could be. We'll hold out faith for him. Albert Johansson, it could be. I just going off the color, I don't know faces too well. Think that is Samuel Honzik, if I had to guess, of the Calgary Flames. Yes, it is Samuel Honzik of the Calgary Flames on the Outburst Young Guns. Look, we're due a few of those a case. You kind of wish it was on a better player, but you ain't going to complain. We've got a ton of Young... Is that another Young Guns? How many Young Guns have we got in this box? Why does it feel like I've got one in literally every pack? Vladislav Gavrikov, a Kirill Marchenko, ooh la la, speckled of Joey Decord, a Young Guns of, be the one we want, Brian Hallonen. So we've got a ton of Young Guns, but they haven't exactly been on the ones we want. So, wah, wah, wah. And Barkey, obviously huge loss for the Panthers there, being injured in preseason, I think it was. Yeah, that's a tough loss for them, but hopefully he'll be back for playoffs, I think. I can't remember the timeline they gave, but he's going to miss the majority, if not all of the season, I believe, unless something has changed on that. Josh Morrissey, Alex Vlasic of the Chicago Blackhawks. Great picture there. You can totally make out who that player is. Jake Gensel on the Young Guns Renewed. The last insert of the box is going to be a San Jose Sharks on tour. During our recap, we got the black and white UC Saros. We got the Brian Hallonen on the Young Guns. We got the Outburst Samuel Honzik on the Young Guns Silver Outburst. The Maximilian Zuber Young Guns. The Black Electricity of Kyle Connor with the beautiful Winnipeg City in the foreground there. Brandon Bussey of the Bruins on the Young Guns. Brad Lambert, population count 1,000 on the acetate there. Callum Ritchie Young Guns. And Oliver Kapanen Young Guns before the final feature card here, the Phil Kemp Young Guns. Big thanks again to Remy Card Trader for sponsoring today's video and so many others. Seriously, they're actually the best. So check out their website and use the code JustTryingToRip5 for 5% off. They got current product, they got memorabilia, they got card supplies, they do breaks. You won't be disappointed. Link in the description. Click it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.